Here is to create two right triangles that we can compare, so we can compare the ratios of the sides. So to begin, we are going to start in GSP and we'll show our grid, and then we are going to choose snap points. That's going to help us create a right triangle really quite easily. I'm just going to drag our axes out of the way here. So let's create a right triangle. Let's start with one that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we'll make it easy. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we'll just connect those two sides. So we know right away that this is a right triangle because it lines up on the horizontal and vertical lines exactly. So we know that this angle is a right angle. So we can measure the lengths of these sides by clicking on them and click measure length. And so we have the three measurements of the lengths of those sides. And we can measure these two angles that we don't know by clicking on them and measuring angle. Make sure that the vertex is in the middle of the 3 points when you click on them, because that will be the angle that you measure. So that's that angle there because B is in the middle, and that's that angle there because A is in the middle. Now let's create a similar triangle. So we notice that the side length of this is 6 and the side length of this is 8. So perhaps to make this similar triangle, let's think about making these two side lengths 1.5 times the size of their original length. So half of 6 is 3, so 1.5 is going to be a side length of 9. 2, 3. So there's 9, and half of 8 is 4, so 1.5 is going to be 12. So 1, 2. And then let's join them together right here. Okay, so now we should have a similar triangle. So let's measure these lengths to make sure. Measure length. There are 3 lengths. Let's drag them up here so they're with us. And let's measure these two angles to double check. So let's measure that angle. And it happens to be the same. Note that it's the same size, so we know we have a similar triangle. We know that this angle has to be the same size because they're both taking away from 90. So now what I would like you to do, what I've asked you to do in the instructions, is to compare the ratios of these different sides. So this one length, this long length, we remember is we know that this side is the hypotenuse, right? It's the longest side of the triangle. So again, in this case, the hypotenuse is this side right here. And then let's label this bottom side of the triangle. Let's label that one side A. So again, here we'll label this one side A, or leg A. And then let's label this one side B, just so that we can compare them between the two triangles easily. Okay, so now let's come up with the ratio of a couple of these sides. So let's measure the ratio of side A over the hypotenuse. Okay, so this one is the ratio of side A over the hypotenuse. Then let's do it over here. So let's do the same thing and do side A over the hypotenuse. Ooh, what did we notice? So this is what I would like you to do. So when the instructions say that they would like you to compare the ratios, this is what it is asking you to do. It's asking you to compare the ratios of the different side lengths. Okay, hope that this helps. Good luck. Happy trigonometry.